How can you tell planned obsolescence from true electronic failure? Imagine buying a new gadget and finding it stops working just after the warranty ends. Is it a defect or something more intentional? That's what we're here to figure out. When electronics fail, it can be confusing to tell if it's a real problem or a trick to make you buy new. Let's look at how to tell the difference. First, think about the design. Devices made with planned obsolescence often have parts that are meant to wear out or become outdated quickly. For example, some smartphones are built with batteries that only last a few years or software updates that slow down older models. These are planned choices, not accidental failures. True failures happen because a component actually breaks down due to wear or damage. If a circuit board burns out or a chip physically cracks, that's genuine failure. Next, look at the failure pattern. If many units of the same product fail right after a certain time, especially just after the warranty ends, it could be planned obsolescence. For example, if a batch of printers stops working after 2 years, that might be by design. True failures tend to be more random. One device might fail early, another might last longer, depending on how it was used or stressed. Software can also give clues. When a device becomes incompatible with new updates or slows down after a software upgrade, it might be a case of systemic obsolescence. This is a way to make older hardware less useful, even if it still works physically. Hardware failures, on the other hand, involve physical damage like burnt components, corrosion, or broken solder joints. Repairability is another factor. If a product is hard or expensive to fix because parts are proprietary or glued in place, it might be designed to discourage repairs. True failures are often easier to diagnose and fix if spare parts are available. For example, if a capacitor leaks or a transistor burns out, it's a clear sign of physical failure. Component life cycles also matter. Electronic parts naturally go through stages from introduction to end of life. Sometimes, manufacturers stop making certain parts, forcing redesigns. While this is normal, it can also be used to push consumers toward newer models. If a device fails because a specific part like a power supply or memory chip is no longer available, it might be a natural phase. But if the failure looks like a deliberate design choice, that's different. Finally, check for physical signs. Burnt components, cracked solder joints, or corrosion are signs of true failure. If there's no visible damage but the device just slows down or stops working, software or design choices might be the cause. In troubleshooting, look at the history. If a device slows down after an update but shows no hardware damage, it could be systemic obsolescence. If a component like a capacitor leaks or a transistor burns out, that's a real failure. Understanding these clues helps you decide whether a failure is due to natural wear or a strategic design choice. Remember, some failures are unavoidable because of physical processes, but others are intentionally built into the product to encourage replacement. Spotting the difference involves examining the failure's pattern, physical signs, repair options, and how the product was designed. That's how you can tell if it's a true electronic failure or just planned obsolescence at work.